Hello watch enthusiasts, lovers, and nerds. TikTok Tyler here.
With Analog Armand.
And thanks for tuning in to Govberg Watches. Today we're looking at the Baume and Mercier Clifton Complete Calendar Chronograph, reference M0A10278. You can see this watch at our Ardmore location and find out more at govbergwatches.com. Also, be sure to download our mobile app, Govberg On Time, for the latest news and horology reviews. On Armand's wrist, 17 centimeters, 6.7 inches, you can see this timepiece fills the wrist but is not ostentatious. As with all Clifton models from Baume, the dial is extremely clean, well proportioned, and well organized, even though it features a complete calendar and chronograph complications. The manufacturer's designation of this piece is 43 millimeters, with a thickness of 15 millimeters. The center lug to center lug width is 50 millimeters. It's a watch that can be dressed up, but not one you would necessarily wear under a tight sleeve, given the way it sits on the wrist. When looking at the stainless steel case, you can see the majority of the case features a brushed finish, with some polishing details throughout. The shoulders of the lugs are polished, along with the curves of the pushers and the crown. This small addition of polishing adds a hint of dressiness and glam to the watch that would be absent if the polishing were not present. If Armand can turn the watch to the side, you can see the watch also features a domed sapphire crystal that smoothly melts into the bezel. I want to move to the dial next and actually add in the discussion about the movement because they really go hand in hand with this watch. The dial is silver toned and features a multitude of colored hands. Blues, golds, and reds pop out and act as designations for the date, chronograph functions, and moon phase. On the outskirts of the dial, we can see a date function, which is featured in a banker's date layout instead of being housed in an aperture. This date essentially outlines the minute track. Over on the 9 o'clock side, we can see the running seconds indicated on the outside of the subdial and the 24-hour indicator located on the inside. This is designated by the gold hand. As we move to the 12 o'clock, we can see the 30-minute chrono counter and some of the calendar functions, day and month. Moving to 6 o'clock, we see the moon phase and 12-hour counter for the chronograph. All of this is muted by clean silver tone hands and silver tone numerals and indexes that can add to the dress factor of this watch. This watch is powered by the Valjoux 7751, which is the classic and robust chrono movement that we know and love, with an additional complete calendar function. Actually, most of the movement is crown controlled, minus the day in the aperture. That pusher is found at the 10 o'clock position on the side of the case. Pulling the crown out to the first position changes the banker's date and moon phase, while moving to the second position changes the time. As we move to the movement, we see a plethora of blued screws and a Geneva striped rotor. The movement has a heartbeat of 4 Hz and has a 48-hour power reserve. Moving to the strap, you can see a modestly bolstered black alligator strap that gradually thins out as it hits the clasp to make it for a more comfortable wear. It features black monotone stitching and curved ends, so it gives a more integrated look, but it still pulls straight down in order to fit a smaller than average wrist. The watch comes equipped with a steel push-button butterfly clasp that is comfortable on the wrist and adds to the overall elegance of the watch. This has been TikTok Tyler
And Analog Armand.
showing you the stainless steel Baume and Mercier Complete Calendar Chronograph with Valjoux 7751 movement. See it live at our Suburban Square location in Ardmore, or give us a ring at 610-664-1715 to chat watches with us.